I just got broken up with. What did I do wrong? Hello and welcome to Love Advice TV. If this is your first time visiting the channel, then welcome. If you've already been part of the community for quite some time, then welcome back. My name is Danny, and I am one of the head coaches for the Love Advice TV channel for the With My Ex Again project and the Happily Committed project. If you are just experiencing a breakup and you're sitting here like, what the hell went wrong? Why did the relationship end? What did I do? Is it my fault? I want you to take a minute and just take a deep breath. So let's breathe together, right? So we'll take a deep breath in for 3 seconds. We'll hold for 3 seconds and we'll release for 3 seconds. So deep breath in, hold for 3, and release for 3. It's okay. I know that it feels horrible right now. I know that it's painful. I know that it is something that you might not have been expecting. Maybe you were, but at the end of the day, nobody wants to be in this situation. So, if you are wondering what it is you need to do right now, here's the first thing that I would recommend. Number one, reflect. And I know this is probably the hardest thing to do in this moment because you're like, I've been reflecting nonstop since it happened. But the question is, are you reflecting the right way? Are you asking yourself the right questions? Are you actually taking the time to try to regulate your emotions before you think through what happened? Because keep in mind, our emotions play a major role in our thought process, the way that we view things, right? Our perception. So your heightened emotions right now and your pain and your anguish and your frustration and your anger is going to affect the way in which you think. So process the feelings first. Allow yourself to regulate your emotions. That's why I asked you to breathe with me in the beginning of this video because it will help to calm you down a little bit enough so that you can start to think through rationally. So, reflect on the relationship, on the situation, to understand where things went wrong. That does not mean that you are totally to blame for the relationship falling apart. And the most common responses that I get from people is, I was too needy. I was too jealous. I didn't give that person their space, right? I didn't give my ex their space. So let me counter that for you a little bit. Number one, when you say I was too needy, what were you not getting from the relationship that made you needy, right? Cause and effect. A relationship is a balance. Sure, it's possible that you may be a little bit more of an anxious individual. Maybe you have a bit of an anxious attachment style if you're not familiar with attachment styles. But at the end of the day, the reason for why you were possibly that level of anxiousness was because there was something from the relationship that you were not getting from your partner. The other part, right? So I was too jealous, or I was, not giving my partner enough space. I was suffocating them. Okay. So then the question that I'll ask is, was your partner flirting with other people? Was your partner doing things that was making you uncomfortable, that was causing you to lack trust in the relationship, that would have caused you to start to become jealous? Or did you have a negative experience in your previous relationship that impacted you enough that you carried those fears and those anxieties into this relationship? Either way, there is a reason for it at the root, right? So, really kind of unpacking these issues and trying to understand where it comes from. The other part of this is the accountability portion. So, once you have allowed yourself to calm down, to think a little bit more rationally, to reflect, to process, understanding your role and working on the bad behaviors or the not so great behaviors can help you to boost your self-confidence and improve your next relationship, or even help you to reconcile or repair this relationship if that is what you are choosing to do. But either way, accountability is a big part of this. And I always get people who are like, this is not my fault. Why are you saying that I need to take accountability? I'm the victim in this situation. But I want you to take a minute and really think about that way of thinking. If you allow yourself to get into that mindset, it's going to be very difficult for you to be able to unpack, process, and heal this experience so that you don't carry it on into the next relationship if the plan is to move on, right? So, accountability is key in all facets and situations in life, just not in your romantic relationship. So, understanding where you might have gone wrong so that you can improve and work on those things. That does not mean that they didn't do things that were wrong either, right? Because it's likely that they did. A relationship is two people coming together and trying to build a foundation and a relationship, a future together. So they are also accountable for their actions. However, it is not your responsibility to hold them to account, number one. And number two, if you try, your efforts will be futile because you cannot control another person. You cannot control their process. You cannot control their willingness to take accountability and learn from their mistakes. So stop giving them that power. Stop giving them that control and just focus on you. And if you are finding it difficult to get out of that looping narrative of this is my fault, I did something wrong, I want to challenge you and ask you to sit with yourself and identify any insecurities that you may have. Because often we allow our insecurities to shape the way we think about ourselves and how we navigate our relationships in life. So if you think that you are fully to blame, if you think that you were the only one who was at fault here, that tells me that there are things that should be worked through, right? There are things that you should probably take a step back and reflect on because you are deserving of love. You are deserving of a great relationship. You are deserving of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm perfectly happy and content with myself. And anybody would be lucky to be in a relationship with me because of what I also bring to the table and what I am willing to give in a relationship. So, again, this is a matter of insecurities and self esteem. And if that is something that you struggle with, I am more than happy to help you through that. I am more than happy to support you. I work with people on a daily basis who are struggling post breakup to either work on themselves so they become a whole person, so that you become a whole person, to reconcile the relationship, or to just move on altogether. So if you feel lost, if you feel like you need that extra support, reach out. I will provide you with a link in the details section down below to make it easy for you if that is what you choose to do. Again, my name is Danny. Um, Honestly, also as well, if you have been in this situation, if you're currently in this situation, leave a comment. This channel is for you guys. This community is for you guys. And I love it when people share their experiences because it allows me to interact with you directly. So please make sure you're leaving a comment. Please make sure that you are liking and subscribing. Because I appreciate it. It helps. It allows me to continue to communicate with you guys, to help you guys, to give you my recommendations, my tips, and some strategies. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I will see you in the next video.